Good morning, students. Welcome to eSuvidya. Hope you all are fine and safe. Students, in the previous class, we have completed the lesson Tilka Majhi. Today, I am summing up the theme and we will discuss some comprehension questions. Students, about 2 centuries ago from now, or about more than 200 years ago from now, a tribal, a Santal from the Bhagalpur took up arms or took up a revolt against the British Empire when hardly anybody in India thought about revolting against the British. And at last, he sacrificed his life for the freedom movement of India. The Britishers hanged him from a tree. So, historians have eventually forgotten him and have never mentioned his name in history books, but he has made the utmost sacrifice for the upliftment of his tribe. Students, Javra Pahadia or Tilka Majhi was born in a small village near Bhagalpur in 1750, which is presently known as Tilakpur. So he belongs to the Murmu family, and the Murmus are the priests among the Santals. So from the very early age, Tilka worshipped Marang Guru, or the supreme deity, or to whom we call Bada Thakura. So he becomes so much popular among the tribal peoples, not only among the Santals but also the people of other tribes, and he became a great religious person in the locality, and people in affection called him Tilka Baba. He was also a master in shooting bows, in shooting arrows from his bow. No one can surpass, or no one can exceed him in shooting the arrows. So he also trained the young people of his locality how to shoot the arrows from the bow. So as you know, the tribal people or the Santals are the freedom-loving people. So they lived peacefully, attached to their land or attached to their forest area. They practiced slash and burn agriculture or shifting cultivation. So they clear of some forest area and cultivated there. And during that time, the king never interfered in the freedom of the tribals. So whenever the king has to fight any war, they provided support once or twice in a year during the time of war. But other time they led a peaceful life. But the Battle of Palasi, which was fought in 1757, changed the scenario. So now, after the Battle of Palasi, as you know, when Sirajuddaulah was defeated in the battle, the Nawab of Bengal Sirajuddaulah was defeated by the British forces led by Robert Clive. So now the Bengal, Bihar and Odisha came under the control of the British government. So now Bhagalpur also came under the control of the British government. So now the king was forced to pay heavy amount of taxes to the British government. And when the king was forced to pay heavy amount of taxes to the British government, now the king has to ultimately collect these taxes from the tribals. So the British wanted that the tribals should fix themselves to a particular piece of land so that they can collect high amount of revenue or they can collect the rent. The British never favored the shifting cultivation of the tribal peoples. So also now the king appointed outsiders to collect the rent or the revenue from the land, from the tenants or from the Santals or from the tribals. And also the British started, the king appointed outsiders to collect the revenue from the Santals. The king also started giving pataj or the land revenue records to whom? To the some landlords, so that they can charge heavy amount of taxes or rent from the Santals. So when the king started charging heavy amount of taxes, or the landlords started charging heavy amount of taxes from the landlords, then from the tenants or from the Santals, then ultimately they are unable to pay the taxes. So they have to suffer greatly because of this. So now Tilka did not like this. Tilka never liked that the people have to pay such a heavy amount of rent to the king. So when the tenants or when the Santals were unable to pay the taxes or the rent to the landlords, then they adopted oppressive measures. They seized their land, they took away their property, or wealth, and they also seized their land. It actually really hurt Tilka. So he asked to the Santals not to pay the taxes to the British representatives such as landlords or to the king. So now the Santals become a real problem for the British government. So the British government wanted to suppress such type of a movement, such type of a rebellion of the Santals. So the British appointed a new collector of Bhagalpur called Cleveland. So Cleveland adopted several oppressive policies in order to control the Santal rebellion. So finally, the Cleveland appointed the people from the other tribes as a soldier to fight against the Santals. Actually, it really hurt Tilka to the greatest extent. So he decided to kill Cleveland. So he got the opportunity on 23rd January 1784. On 23rd January 1784, when the British collector of Bhagalpur, Cleveland, was going to his house riding a horse, then Tilka shot an arrow from a distance and killed Cleveland. The death of Cleveland started spreading just like a wildfire in the Bhagalpur region. So now the British wanted to suppress the rebellion. Now the British brought more soldiers and weapons to control the rebellion. So Tilka and his followers fought against the British for about a year. But at last, suddenly, the British forces attacked Tilka and his followers, and Tilka was arrested. After his arrest, he was mercilessly, very cruelly beaten by the Britishers, by the British policemen and British soldiers, and his hands tied to horse, and he was dragged all over the Bhagalpur town. But the brave heart never died. So now the British hanged Tilka from a tree. Now this place where Tilka was hanged, called the Tilka Chak. So students, this is how ended the life of the great matriarch Tilka Majhi. So history has eventually forgotten him, but whenever any eminent person visits Bhagalpur, they pay their respect to Tilka Majhi. In 1969, Simanta Gandhi or Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is known as the Frontier Gandhi, Simanta Gandhi or Frontier Gandhi, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan visited Tilka Chak to pay his respect to the great tribal leader who achieved martyrdom or who became a great martyr in the freedom movement. So this is how Jabra Pahadia or Tilka Majhi played an eminent role in the freedom movement of India. Students, as we have discussed in this chapter, the tribal people are generally peace-loving people. The tribal people regard the land as spiritual asset. They not only use the land they not only think that land is a way of survival, is a means of survival, but they think this is a spiritual asset that has been transferred to them by their ancestors or by their forefathers. So they are very much attached with their land. But the oppressive policy of the British government during that time wanted or forced the tribals to leave their land. In 1884, the British launched a forest policy. According to forest policy, some areas were declared as a reserve forest. During that time, the British wanted to lay the railway lines, and for this they require high quality of timbers for making the railway sleepers. So they declared some areas as reserve forests, and the tribal people who are dependent on minor forest produce for their survival, they are dependent upon the forest area for their survival, they were denied the permission to enter into the forest area. So they were also not permitted to leave their domestic animals to the forest area. So this is how the British exploited the tribal people. So whenever, as I have told you, the tribal people regard the land as a spiritual asset. I can give you one example. Students, you may have heard about Niyamgir. Niyamgir is a hilly region located in the Kalahandi and Rayagada district of Odisha. And it is famous for an ethnic community, an indigenous group called the Dongaria Kondhaj. Niyamgir, located in the regions of Rayagada and also in the regions of Kalahandi and Rayagada, it is known for the Dongaria Kondhaj. And Dongaria Kondhaj regard Niyamgir as a spiritual asset. But when the government gave the mining right to Vedant Alumina or Vedant Aluminium Company, then the tribal people of that area protested without taking the permission or without taking the tribal people into confidence. When the government gave this land to a company or a multinational company, Vedant Alumina, you know, aluminium is extracted from a mineral called bauxite. And maximum bauxite of India is reserved in these areas or is found in these regions. So when this company or Vedant Alumina took the right of extracting the minerals, then the people opposed this such type of the people opposed it. At last, the Supreme Court of India came to the help of the tribal people, and the Supreme Court of India gave the permission. The pass an order, Supreme Court of India passed an order that taking the tribal people into confidence, the government should take the tribal people into confidence before giving this area or giving this particular region for mining purposes to a multinational company. So now presently the Gram Sabha has to give the permission to before giving this right to any company, it must be ratified by the Gram Sabha of this particular locality, or Gram Sabha must give permission for giving the mining right to a particular company. So now presently the government has also won the faith of the people. Now the government has taken several measures in order to win the confidence of the tribal people or the Dongaria Kondhaj, so that it can be, this area can be used for the economical development of our country. So students, today we have discussed the chapter Tilka Machi. Let's discuss a few questions, comprehension questions. First question is, where and when Tilka Machi born? As you know students, Tilka Machi was born near Bhagalpur, a small village which is presently named as Tilakpur in 1750. Tilka Machi was born in a small village named Tilakpur in 1750. What did he teach to the young men of the village? Tilka taught shooting arrows to the young men of his village. Next question, who became the ruler of the land after the Battle of Plassey? As you know students, after the Battle of Plassey, the Britishers become the ruler of the land. Next question, how did the landlords trouble the tribals? Students, the landlords trouble the tribal. How did the landlords trouble the tribals? As you know, students, the landlords charged heavy amount of rent from the tribals, and when they fail to pay the rent, then they seize their land and also seize their wealth. Then last question, Who was Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan? As you know, students, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was an eminent freedom fighter. He was awarded Bharat Ratna. Students, as I have told you, Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award. And you know, in military, Paramvir Chakra is the highest gallantry award that is given to the persons in the military. But Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award that is given to the natural born citizens of India. But I have told you that 3 persons who are not the natural born citizens, but they have given the Bharat Ratna: Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan and Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela of South Africa. The first person to get the Bharat Ratna who were the first persons to get the Bharat Ratna? Students, as you know, our famous teacher Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, and then was the first person to get the Bharat Ratna, along with what? Chakravarti Rajgopalchari and Chandrasekhar Venkatraman. They were the persons who were awarded the Bharat Ratna first time. They were the first persons to get the Bharat Ratna. So the last is, when did Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan visit Tilka Chowk and why? Students, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan visited Tilka Chowk in 1969 in order to pay his tribute, or in order to give his respect to the great freedom fighter or great martyr Tilka Machi. Students, today we have completed the portion Tilka Machi. So you go through the chapter thoroughly and try to answer the other comprehension questions. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next class.